Good morning, my awesome student. How is it going? Today, we will complete Unit 2 for Mega Goal 5, Rags to Riches, Lesson 4, Conversation, and Lesson 5, Listening, page 24 and 25. Okay, today, we will identify some new vocabularies. We will ask and answer some questions about the conversation. And then we will listen to the lecture about the history of money and write the date by each form of money, then number the forms of money in the order they were used. At first, who can describe this picture? What do you think our conversation will be about? Excellent. It may be about traveling or maybe about cars. Okay, I'd like to ask you a question. What would you do if you had 30,000 Saudi riyal? For me, I would perform al-Hajj. Okay, I will perform pilgrimage or do al-Hajj. What about you? Okay, how many people are there in this conversation? Who are talking? Perfect, Ahmed and Ibrahim. Now, listen carefully and then we will discuss the new vocabularies and phrases.
My parents gave me 30,000 riyals for graduation. Wow! What are you going to do with all that cash? I don't know. I'm going around in circles about it, driving myself and everyone else crazy. At first, I was going to do something really indulgent with it, like take a vacation. I was ready to book it, but then I got cold feet. Why? I think vacation sounds like a great idea. You've worked really hard for 4 years. You deserve a break. That's true, but on the other hand, I don't want to spend all that money on something that will be over in a week. So then I was thinking of buying something useful, like a used car. That's a good idea. Yeah, it would be a great convenience to have a car, but at the same time, I'm used to taking public transportation, and I really don't mind it. Frankly, I can't think of anything that I really need. So maybe I should put the money aside for a rainy day. Well, yes. I suppose the alternative would be to just put it in the bank until you need it. Right. But then again, what's the point of having money if you're not enjoying it? Maybe I should do something indulgent with it, like take that vacation. Now I see how you're driving everyone crazy.
Okay, what's the meaning of cash? Cash means money. Excellent. Cash means money. Go around in circles to think through many possibilities over and over without coming to a decision. Okay, what are you going to do with all that cash? I'm going around in circle. He can't take a decision. He can't take a decision. Okay. The next phrase, drive someone crazy. Greatly annoy or irritate. Irritate means worried. Get cold feet. To decide not to do something because you are too scared or nervous. Okay. At first he decided to go to travel. At first he decided to travel. He was ready to book to travel. And then he could cold feet. He decided not to travel. Don't mind. Not annoyed or bothered by. Okay? Taking public transportation, don't bother to him. Put something aside for a rainy day, to reserve, to keep or save something, usually money, for a future need. Okay, are you ready now to answer the questions? Okay. Question number 1. What options is Ahmed considering? Considering means thinking of. He is thinking of 3 options. What are they? Who can tell me? Excellent. He is considering buying a car, going on a vacation, and putting the money in the bank. Number 2, how is he driving people crazy? He can't make up his mind. He can't take a decision. Number 3, what do you think he will do with the money and why? This is open question. Variety is acceptable in this answer. Okay? You can say, I think he will buy a used car because that's what I would do. Lesson 5. Who can describe this picture? Excellent. There is a lot of money and coins. What do you think our listening text will be about? Excellent. It may be about the history of money. Now we will listen carefully to number the forms of money in the order they were used. Listen carefully.
The first way in which goods were bought was not with money. Instead, people used to trade something of value that they possessed for something they needed. The most common things to trade were cattle and crops, like corn and wheat. So, for example, if you were a farmer, you might trade your corn with a butcher for meat. The butcher might trade his meat with a shoemaker for shoes. This kind of trade was called bartering. Bartering began as far back as 9000 BCE.
Okay. Now, what does bartering mean? What does bartering mean? Bartering means is the exchange of goods without the use of money. It's the oldest form of commerce or trade. Okay? Bartering. Bartering. Clear now? Okay, let's complete.
However, there was a problem with bartering. What if someone had something to trade, but no one wanted or needed it? Or what if people could not agree on what was a fair trade? To solve this problem, the first kind of money came about around 1200 BCE in China, where people would use special shells called cowrie shells to purchase goods. These shells were the most widely and longest used form of money in history. In some parts of Africa, these shells were used until the middle of the 1900s.
Okay.
The earliest...
Now, what's the meaning of purchase? What's the meaning of purchase? Excellent. Buying. Buying. Okay. Why did money come about around 1200 BCE? Excellent. To solve the problem of bartering. To solve the problem of bartering.
Metal coins were produced in China around 1000 BCE. The coins were made out of an inexpensive metal and had holes in them so that they could be put together to make a chain. The earliest coins made of valuable metals were silver coins produced in Turkey around 500 BCE. Coins made of silver, bronze, and gold were soon being used by the Greeks, Romans, and Persians. By 800 CE, the first paper money had appeared in China. This form of money eventually became common around the world. At one point, people
Okay. Where have money appeared? Where have the first paper money appeared? Excellent. In China.
probably thought the cowrie shells were going to be used forever. That's how many of us think about coins and paper money now. But money is likely to continue to change. In fact, a new kind of money is already being exchanged over the internet. This money, called electronic money or digital cash, functions like real cash, except it's not on paper. The money in a bank account is converted to a digital code, which can be used to make purchases. While digital cash is very new, it is expected to become common in the years ahead.
Now, are you ready to number the forms of money in the order they were used? Are you ready? Okay. What about number 1? Excellent. Bartering, 9,000 BCE. And the second one is cowrie shells in 1200 BCE. Number 3, inexpensive metal coins in 1000 BCE. What next? Excellent. Coins made of valuable metals, 500 BCE. After that, paper money, 800 BCE. At the end, electronic money today. All of you write the answers. Okay, thank you, my dear students, and see you later. Goodbye.